In the previous video, I covered the concept of demurrage money, an idea from an economist named Silvio Gesell. Demurrage money is money that has carrying costs, which means holders of that money would experience some form of gradual loss over time, such as due to depreciation or fees. And for me, the really exciting thing with Gesell's ideas about demurrage money was how they could be adopted in Web3 ecosystems. And this is where I've been spending a lot of my time recently thinking about how Web3 ecosystems could become circular economies that fund ongoing ecosystem initiatives that maintain and improve the network over the long term. Since 2024 and moving into 2025, I've been analyzing how demurrage could be adopted across the Web3 industry. And during this analysis, I realized how important these ideas could be for completely transforming society. So of course, I'm pretty damn excited about it. But let's just do a brief overview of my own analysis. So demurrage money could be implemented in a few ways. But the most compelling approach I identified was using a network coin tax. A network coin tax would mean a Web3 network itself would automatically handle the collection of coins from across the network as a form of taxation. No one would need to think about the tax, as it would all be taken from the contracts and wallets automatically. And this is a highly compelling implementation, as this taxation achieves two important things. The first is it creates a demurrage-based network coin, which means it won't easily concentrate into the hands of a few people over time. This means you can actually rely on the network and that the network coin will circulate through the network instead of easily stagnating and the ownership consolidating. The second factor is the taxation income can be used as income to compensate the node operators and to fund ecosystem initiatives. Both of these use cases are very important for the network. And the problem with the reliance on transaction fees to pay for node operators is it means there is a limit in how much you can reduce the fees, as it's that income that is required to compensate the node operators. So if you adopt a network coin tax, it means you don't need to rely on the transaction fees at all to pay for the node operators. So the transaction fees can be reduced or potentially even be removed in the future. Now, there is a challenge around handling spam and denial of service attacks, but if you can resolve that problem, there is actually a path to providing free transactions. And that is super compelling, as it maximizes the amount of economic activity on the network, which realistically is the whole point of these networks, to facilitate transactions and economic activity. And the other thing that is also exciting is having reliable funding for ecosystem initiatives. This regular and ongoing amount of income can help with creating that really effective circular economy. And on top of this, as these Web3 networks grow and scale, the amount of funding that is available from even a small percentage taxation rate could represent a really meaningful amount of available funding. So over the long term, this creates an opportunity to completely transform how we fund global public goods, like research into innovations in science, technology, medicine, or even climate change. Demurrage via a network coin tax creates one of the most exciting opportunities that I've ever seen for creating systems with really highly aligned incentives. Now, of course, I'll make a video series about demurrage money soon, but if you want to learn more now, you can read my analysis, which is in the description. Now, I only finished this analysis on applying demurrage money to Web3 networks really recently, and then started these videos. And as a brief recap, over the last few years, I've learned about land, money, organizations, and analyzed Web3 networks, funding processes, organizations, and most recently, demurrage money. And on the topic of land, money, and organizations, it's these economic systems that are causing the increasing amount of wealth inequality that we're seeing over time. And after learning about these systems and why they're broken, I can now safely say that I understand broadly how to fix them. So the next logical step for me is to focus on how I can help with educating people about these ideas and to encourage more discussion and debate about each of those different ways to fix the systems. The faster that we can collectively understand these ideas at scale and debate them, the faster we'll be able to implement them, start some experimentation, and make iterative improvements to fix each of our economic systems. I'm now confident that we can and we will fix the global economy. And that now brings my journey into economics to the present day. So I'm excited to continue this journey and share it with you all. I'll see you soon.